we're going to give you our perspective on another angle on the Super Bowl. And Rob, going into this game, it was billed as the battle of the GOATs. The guy that most regard as the GOAT right now, Tom Brady, and a guy that many think could one day overtake him. And Tony Romo, who called the game, he came out and said that this is it. If Brady wins, he's the GOAT forever. And Pat Mahomes will never be able to overcome Brady and become the GOAT. Now, the reality is Pat Mahomes, 6-2 in the playoffs, both losses against Tom Brady. Remember a couple years ago when Brady was still in New England and they went on to win his 6th Super Bowl. And then, of course, just what happened last night. Where are you at on this? Do you think Mahomes is out of the GOAT conversation?
You never say never because there's a lot of years to be left. But I think the Pat Mahomes GOAT talk was way too premature. I think people just got caught up and thought it would be easy street. Now we're looking at 2 Super Bowls. He has 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He hasn't been lights out. They won a Super Bowl. This game is not totally on him. There's other issues, of course, with the team, the offensive line. Right. But I don't think you can look at Patrick Mahomes the same way today. If you think like nothing happened and he's going to pick up where he's left off and he'll just run off 3 more Super Bowls or something, I just don't see it that way. I think his image took a hit and his invincibility and how good he is. He didn't just lose, Chris. He looked terrible doing it. With the picks, with not scoring a touchdown. I'm not saying he's trash or garbage or he can't win again or whatever, but there was an air of him where I think people like you marveled at what he was able to accomplish, where he was. His owner was already talking about he's better than Michael Jordan. There was a lot of stuff said. And many people, let's just be honest, thought he was going to win his 2nd championship.
Oh, most
like
people.
It was in the bag. A lot of people.
You thought it
A
too.
lot of people. Yeah, I did. A lot of people. You just said it. 80% of people bet on Kansas City. It ain't that easy. And I think he came crashing back to earth. Andy Reid is an offensive genius. Oh, he has all the weapons. Oh, they added some new running backs. Oh, look at all the weapons they have. Look at what they did to Buffalo. Oh, last year they were in the playoffs. They were down by double digits every game. They always came back. All that other stuff. And now we look, and I'm sure if most people are honest, I don't know. I'm not convinced Patrick Mahomes wins another championship. I don't know what happens to the team. I don't know how long Andy Reid is there. I don't know what's going on in the AFC if some of these other teams are going to get better. I don't think it's a foregone conclusion that the Chiefs get back to the Super Bowl or that Patrick Mahomes, who hasn't won the MVP, and this is not, I'm not knocking him for not winning the MVP the last 2 years, but he lost to, Lamar Jackson and a 37-year-old Aaron Rodgers the last 2 years. I'm just saying.
37 years old isn't old.
No. But I'm just saying, but an older guy the last couple of years. I'm just not sure where I feel about Mahomes and the future. It is now murky to me, not as clear as maybe I thought it was before that game, and I just saw like some of the shine fell off of him last night.
I think you went too far. I still think he's very much in the conversation to become. He's certainly not there yet. To become Jordan-esque, to become the GOAT. He still has been to 2 Super Bowls in his first 3 years. He still has won a Super Bowl and an MVP. And yesterday, it wasn't one of his better games by far. It was his worst game. It was the first time he's never scored as a pro, never thrown a touchdown in the NFL. And players have, drops all the time. Quarterbacks have drops all the time. So I'm not going to sit there and rely on, there were 2 drop passes in the end zone. Because that, it happens. All right. But he was running for dear life. Dear life. He got hurried 29 times, which is a Super Bowl record. I mean, as soon as he snapped the ball, he was basically scrambling. And his receivers weren't getting open. And he still made some things happen where, like I said, some balls were dropped or some passes maybe could have been caught. So I don't think he was, as bad as it may have looked. But bottom line is, as you said it, he didn't score a touchdown and they got trampled. Now, I think for anyone, and there are a lot of people saying it, Rob, not just Tony Romo, to take him out of the GOAT conversation after 3 years, to me is ridiculous. As you've said time and time again, Tom Brady went 9 years without winning the championship.
I mean, those are facts.
Right.
9 years.
And after his first 3, nobody was thinking he was the GOAT. Nobody was
He had 3 championships under his belt. Nobody was there because, of course, Joe Montana had 4 and Terry Bradshaw, whatever. But, it was Joe Montana. And then he went to 9 years. And remember, he lost in those. They went to the Super Bowl a couple times, Chris, and lost to the Giants. But it wasn't like it was all over. And that's what people don't know, because you could say that. And what if Patrick Mahomes goes 8 years without winning and then runs off 3 in a row, Chris, and now he's 4-1, right? 4-1.
That's my point. But that is a possibility, as you said. But how about this, right? Because some people are saying now he's got to win 8 because Brady's got 7. No, Bill Russell's got 11. Michael Jordan has 6. More people think Jordan's the GOAT than Bill Russell. More people think Kareem's the GOAT with 6 than Bill Russell with 11. So I don't think he has to win 8 or even 7. How about this scenario? What if he doesn't? And you're right. I mean, maybe it's a while before he gets back. I doubt it, but it could be. But let's just throw out another scenario. What if, say, they don't win it next year, but then the year after that, they run off 3 straight, which has never been done in the NFL. And then a couple years later, he wins another one. And now he's 5-1 in the Super Bowl. And the only player to ever win 3 straight. And let's say his numbers are, through the roof. And maybe he's got 2 more MVPs. Like, you going to really tell me he can't be? Some people might not be like, you know what? He's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I know that's a big if, but I'm just saying.
But it's not impossible, because we just saw Brady go 9 years. If you didn't have that, Chris, then maybe you can make the argument nobody's ever done it. Right?
What,
but Brady did it. Brady went 9 years and then started winning again. That's the point.
But also, Brady won 3 and 4 years to start his career. And then was it 3? Again, it was 3 and 4 years or 5 years? I think 3 and 5 years since he's, started this resurgence. So you can get them in bunches.
Right.
And again, it's easier said than done. I mean, we're not saying he's going to snap his fingers and win all these championships. But I still believe, I still am a big time believer, because when I said that I think Pat Mahomes is Jordan-esque, I wasn't doing it based on stats. Yeah, of course, stats are a part of it. If you average 12 points a game in the NBA, nobody's going to say, oh, yeah, but look at how he moves. Look at his jumper. No, you got to put up numbers. So Pat Mahomes' numbers were a part of it, but the things he does, the way he can extend plays, the throws he can make, the angles he throws the ball at, all of that is what made me think this guy can be the GOAT. And I think all of that's still there. Remember, Rob, what he said last year? I don't even know how to read defenses yet. So he's got room for improvement. So I just think I get it. This is what he's going to have to overcome, Rob, or something that some people will always be able to latch on to. At least at this moment, he's 0-2 against an old Tom Brady in the playoffs. That's something Brady's going to have over him. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So some may want to say he couldn't beat Brady if they get close. If he gets close to Brady enough where there's a legitimate discussion, some will be able to say, yeah, but Brady beat him twice head up. So we'll see. But I think, like you said, I think it's way premature to say he'll never be in the GOAT conversation again. Like it's over for him in that regard. Your turn to weigh in. Is Pat Mahomes forever out of the GOAT conversation?
All right, let's kick it off with Tez and Cincy. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tez?
Hello? Tez.
Oh, we lost him. All right. Brandon in South Carolina. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, man, I just had a statement to make. First and foremost, first-time caller, long-time listener. How y'all doing tonight?
Doing great,
brother.
Thanks for the
support.
support.
For calling in.
Absolutely. So the comment or the question I would ask is, if Tom Brady has lost twice now to Eli Manning, who has never been regarded as the best of any quarterback position at any level, then how come Patrick Mahomes is getting knocked for losing to who we deem as the greatest quarterback to ever play? Because Patrick Mahomes ran against a front four that was much more savage than Tom Brady's ever faced, and Tom Brady lost twice to a front four that did that. So how will we step him out of that conversation when Eli's undefeated against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl?
That's fair. I think what people are assuming, and somewhat, well, not somewhat, assuming understandably, is that Mahomes is not going to get to 10 Super Bowls, or 8 Super Bowls even. You know, no other quarterback's been to more than 5. So you're right. I mean, Brady's got losses, Rob. That is. I mean, for the sake of this conversation, that's somewhat of the saving grace for Mahomes, right? You're not talking about chasing Michael Jordan, who's never lost. You know, you're talking about chasing a guy that's lost 3 times.
Right.
And
he's
twice,
got
like
losses
you said,
on his record.
You're right, to a good but not great Eli Manning. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's another reason I think he's still in it, Rob.
Mike in Milwaukee, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Mike?
Hey, guys, always a pleasure to listen to you. As always, make my ride home from work great.
Thank you, buddy.
But hey, let me say this. It's so early to tell, guys. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is still so young. We have no idea who the GOAT is. Could be Patrick Mahomes, could be Lamar Jackson, could be Josh Allen, could be Justin Herbert. We have no clue because it's so early in their careers, you know. And I guess real quick, my whole point is
statements like that are just, you know, that's in the realm of what anything can happen. You know, I mean, right now, you wouldn't put those other 3 guys like it's like LeBron James. As soon as he stepped on the NBA court, people were saying maybe one day he could be the GOAT. They weren't saying about every rookie young player that played well. You just saw something in LeBron. Then it's up to, will he realize it, right?
Yeah, I guess my point is, too, with like Tony Romo's point, you know, I think it just makes the mountain that much harder to climb because Tom has won 7 out of 10. I mean, that's a pretty
I get that,
insurmountable lead, I guess. Yeah,
but it's not impossible.
Right. I do agree with him, Rob. It's gotten demonstrably harder.
Of course.
It's demonstrably harder now because he didn't have a loss in the Super Bowl. We all thought he was going to be 2-0.
A lot of people
was like, all right, let's just start counting. But now it's going to be a lot harder for him for sure.
All right, Trucker Don in Boston, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Where you been, Trucker Don?
Been busy, guys. Sorry, no air horn. I'm in a truck stop. It's snowing heavy out here in Iowa.
All right, be careful, please.
Oh, you in Iowa? We got Iowa Sam on the 1s and 2s.
And Chris Broussard, I want to tell you right now, Tom Brady has only won 7 Super Bowls, so there's no way, no how he's going to win 15 Super Bowls. I promise you that. I predict that. So he's not the greatest of all time.
You sound like somebody I know, Trucker Don.
I've been waiting all day to tell you guys that. That's
very nice.
Just the simple fact that Brady had to beat the 3 previous GOATs to get this Super Bowl win. He had to beat Breeze. He had to beat Rodgers. And now he had to beat Mahomes. And the reason that the defense looked so great in this game is because Brady put the game away early. Mahomes became one-dimensional. It was a great defense and a great offense. That was, that's why you cannot give all the credit to Brady and you can't give all the credit to defense. It was a super great game plan.
Both of them were good. There's no
Thanks,
question.
Trucker Don. Be careful in Iowa, okay, in the snow. Damien in Memphis, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Damien?
What's up, guys? I just want to say that I love you guys' show, but I love the show even more when Tom Brady finds a way to make Rob Parker take those headphones off, sit back in his chair, and get in his phone. That's what I love about the show.
You sure know I do take them off and go back because I can't take it.
Yeah, I pay attention. But regarding the Patrick Mahomes situation, I think that he will win at least 1 or 2 more rings, maybe 3. But I just think the GOAT talk is over and it shouldn't have been started. Now, I understand the wow factor and the eye test. But I heard Stephen A. say, if you can't beat the GOAT, then you can't beat the GOAT. It will always be over Patrick Mahomes' head that Brady has beat him twice when it matters most. So that's all I want to say.
No, that's true. I mean, that's why he's going to have to, whether it's 6-1, 7-1, 5, or the numbers, Rob, he's going to have to do something to make up for having lost twice to Brady if they never play again in the Super Bowl.
Yep.
So yeah, it's gotten harder. There's no doubt.
Jawan in Colorado, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up?
Hey, guys. How y'all doing as always?
Doing
Good.
great.
How are you?
Doing great. I got a little bit of a spin on it, but I wanted to – last time we talked about them stats on black quarterbacks. Can I take a second to run that stuff down to you guys? I did the research from referencefootball.com.
You talking about what, 120 black quarterbacks?
Yeah.
You the one that brought that up? Is that true?
Yeah, let me run these stats down,
well,
please.
I mean, we got a quick – it can't be too long.
No, it won't take too long. Since the inception of the NFL, there's actually been 107 black quarterbacks since 1920. But in the Super Bowl era, which is 1966, guys, there's only been 32 black quarterbacks.
Yeah, that
3%.
Sounds more like it because remember the NFL had blacks up until about 1932 or something like that.
Chris, let me make this point though. Just 3% starting quarterbacks since 1966. The system of oppressing black athletes has done exactly what it's supposed to do. It's produced a Tom Brady. And if you there's been 1,036 quarterbacks in the NFL since its inception, and there's been 32 black starting quarterbacks. So if you take a massive sample size like that, you're going to produce a Tom Brady and an Aaron Rodgers. But what if the odds were more fair? You would have far more prominent black quarterbacks. Tom Brady may not even exist if the odds were fair. So the system of cheating has.
Well, we know that's obviously been the case.
Well, it's
but
painful.
From what all we're saying is what we've seen. Tom Brady has been, or Joe Montana in Rob's case, has been the best quarterback we've seen.
Yes,
now,
he has, Chris,
like I
but
said,
he's had the benefit. Look,
I get what you're saying. Just like Babe Ruth didn't have to play against black players.
Black
we
or
get
Hispanic
it.
players, right.
And if in 50 years all of the best quarterbacks are black and blacks are dominating the quarterback position like they do running back and wide receiver, then you know what? In the GOAT debate, we will look back and say, well, Brady, they weren't letting blacks play quarterback back then. You know what I'm saying, Rob? That'll be a factor. But right now, we don't know that any of these black quarterbacks would have been better than Brady or Rodgers. Maybe, but we got to see it first.